Good evening, Rutsu. How you guys doing today? I am the Bronx Blogger here on the day after St. Patrick's Day, and hopefully most of you made a nice hangover-free recovery. For those kids that cannot drink, well, you can stop wearing green now because nobody's going to be after you unless you're into that sort of stuff. Not really a lot going on in baseball. Actually, it's pretty much a very slow day. Just two things to talk about. One of them is something that might affect a lot of fantasy rosters out there. I'm sure you've heard about John Lackey going on the disabled list, and from the recent reports that I've read and heard on all the sports stations over here, he's going to be out at least a month with a left tricep strain, and that will affect his throwing motion. So, fantasy owners, you may want to put him on the disabled list or on the bench and have somebody fill in his spot. Until then, he'll be back by May time unless something else happens. And he'll probably now gather in about 12 wins. He'll still crack the 100 strikeout mark easy. In other words, in other news, Yankees went to Virginia Tech to play their honorary game over there. Most of you may recall the Virginia Tech Hokies had a school shooting last year. Yankees donated $1 million, thanks to George Steinbrenner, to help with the recovery efforts. Yankees didn't show much remorse. They spanked them 11-0. So I don't know if that was like, out of the frying pan into the oven, a little salt in the wound there or not. But either way, nice little gesture on the Yankees side. It was a free game for the Hokies to watch and the rest of the school that could attend. All right, going to the scores now. It's like I said, it's a slow day. It's only been 9 games played today that actually counted as official games. Split squad games are not really noticed too often. Dodgers over the Marlins 2-1. Minnesota over Baltimore 4-2. Pittsburgh doubling up on Cincinnati 8-4. Phillies over Tampa Bay 4-2. Tampa Bay's little 6-game winning streak comes to an end. Washington all over Detroit 9-1. Cubs 6, Royals 5. Angels over Milwaukee 11-4. Texas also putting up 11 runs, while Oakland only gets 6. And San Diego shuts out the White Sox 5-0. And that brings us to trivia, and we got yet another tie on top of the leaderboard. Enter Sandman 42 was all alone with 3 correct answers. And now Looney Dogs 8, he joins Sandman, as yesterday's trivia question was, who is the only player to have his 3,000th hit in the same season his team went to the World Series? That was Eddie Murray in 1995, where he got his 3,000th hit, and the Cleveland Indians made it to the World Series, losing to the Braves 6-2. And today's question is a little bit of a toughie, so I'm going to throw out a hint out there. Only one player on the 1999 World Champion New York Yankees was a native of New York City. Who was he? One member of the 1999 New York Yankees roster was a native of New York City. Name this person, and the hint is Sherlock Holmes. So if you can get your gears working in your brain, you can check out the rosters, and once you get the hint to the roster, you'll understand what I mean. If you don't, then you'll be kicking yourself in your butt tomorrow. As some of you have already seen, I have a thread out there for Major League Baseball Survivor Rutsu Edition. Go ahead and take that thread a read. I'll be posting up a couple more reminders as the weeks go by, and once opening day happens, that's when we start locking in the picks. Basically, what this contest is, you pick a team you think is going to win that day, and if you're correct, you're in the game. If you're incorrect, you're out of the game. First place for the longest streak gets 500 points. Second place, 250, and third place, 100 points. And I'm thinking if somebody can get past the All-Star game, I might throw in a little added bonus in there. That actually wraps it up here. Like I said, if you have any shout-outs you want to do, any team trash talking, try to get a little rivalry going here, go ahead and send me what you want me to say on the show, and I'll say it for you. And let me just go over the trivia real quick one last time. Who is the only player on the 1999 Yankees roster that is a native of New York City? The hint again, Sherlock Holmes. Think you know the answer, send me a message an autograph or reply to the thread below, and we'll get the correct answer out tomorrow along with the winner. In the meantime, Lindy Dogs 8, I'm going to be sending him 5 free roots for getting yesterday's answer correct, and now he is tied for the leaderboard for a free replica autograph baseball of the team of his choice. Alright guys, this is it for me for today. Stay tuned tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another episode, and I'll be posting a little This Day in Major League Baseball history thread out in just a few minutes. Alright, you guys keep on zooing.